we have our special guest today, Markell Wingfield, Markell TV, the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Markell is going to give us some information. Our show today is about SSA and how they are clawing back money from their veterans, from their social security recipients. And Markell has all of the details on it. I think he did a show on it recently, and he's got the most up to date information on it. And I want to welcome Markell to the show. Markell's a frequent guest on the show. We hadn't done a live stream together in a while, but we'll be doing some more starting
Yeah.
now and in the future. And it's always a pleasure to have Markell on the show with us. He has a vast knowledge of veterans, not only veterans information, but United States governmental information that can help the average person get along in life. If you want to know about what's happening in the United States government, Markell is always on top of the game. That's what he does. He always highlights information that would help individuals. Now, he doesn't charge anything. He's not making any money off of this. He's just doing it for public service. And welcome to the show, Markell. How you doing
What's
today?
going on, Bobby D? How you doing?
We- We're doing good, man. So good to see you back on the scene. Uh, and we have a lot to discuss today. Probably won't get a
Yeah.
lot of people in here today, but they'll be looking at it on the replay. I'm sure this is valuable information that you have. And hold on, let me get this up here. Da, 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 da. Got one thing I got. Okay, go ahead, Markel. Tell us what's going on with the SSA.
Okay, so Social Security. Last year, I don't know if you remember this last year, but they had a big thing that was going on with Social Security, which was called clawback. It was called a clawback program.
Right,
Now,
right. I
this
heard
is
about
a
it.
this is a program where if you are overpaid by the Social Security Administration, and the sad
Right.
part about this is, Bobby D, you have no way of knowing. You
Hmm.
it's not like the VA where your percentage and your amount is public. With
Right,
Social Security, everything is private. So
right.
it goes by your personal income. And they have
Hmm.
an internal system the way they figure out how much they pay you monthly.
Right.
Well, if the administration makes a mistake by law, they have to take back 100% of that check until it is all paid in full. So you will not
Wow.
get a check until whatever you overpaid is paid back. So there were
Wow.
people getting bills 30,000, 50,000, 110,000. So the longer
What?
you were on it and you
Yeah.
owed, the more
Right.
you owed, and you were not getting a
Wow.
check until it was paid in full. Well, the
Right.
Biden administration, I believe it was either June or July,
Okay.
changed it to where you were paid 10%,
Hmm.
okay, until it was paid off. So they would take
That makes
10% of your
sense.
check until
Yeah,
it was paid off.
that makes
The
sense.
Trump
Yeah.
administration last week changed that. So come March
Wow.
27th,
Right.
March 27th, if they send you a bill after March 27th, it goes back to taking 100% of your Social Security check to pay it off.
That's a doggone shame, man. People are struggling already as it is, and they're going to take the whole check. Most people are living off of that. That's retired. That's all most people got. So what they
That's
gonna
why I
do?
want That's why I wanted to bring it to your attention, Bob, because there's a lot of people in the Philippines. It's like there's a lot of people around
Yeah,
the world
yeah,
living only on Social Security.
man. I meet people out here all the time living on $800, $1,000,
Oh,
14. Off Social Security only, and that's why they came here because it's cheaper. So that's going to be a nightmare, man. What? So what? How? What's the most people that's? What's the group that's going to be affected the most by this? I know a lot of veterans are getting Social Security checks too, as well.
right. Anyone who is receiving SSI, anyone who's receiving SSDI, retirement, railroad, if you owe at any point, and again, you have no way of knowing. You don't
Right,
know because it's an internal system. So if the system says, hey, we've been overpaying him $100 a month for the last 20 years,
right.
you got that bill, they see you that bill, you're not going to get a check until it is paid in full.
Okay. How can you fight this? Is there any way you can fight this to the government?
You can file an appeal, okay?
Okay.
But again, they have the numbers. So there's no way that you would know. You're fighting an appeal to keep it going for as long as you can. until they actually pull it up and show you, bam, okay, you should have only gotten 1,500 instead of 1,700. This was our mistake. So we get to pull this money back. And that's a
So
law created by Congress. Congress
if
created
it's
that law.
that they need to change that if they're a mistake, right? If they're a
It
mistake,
was-
so what are they gonna
yes,
take the whole check for? I can see taking part of it, but the whole check? That don't make
the
sense,
whole
man. That's
check,
that's
Bobby D.
that's
You know, the
terrible, man.
military, the VA does the same thing. You remember there was a
Oh, really?
period of time in the military, Bobby D, where uh, there were so many soldiers in that they were
Right,
paying people to leave early.
right. Early,
Like
yeah.
people
They
had
buy them
early
out. Yeah,
retirement and they
yeah.
would buy them out.
Right,
Well, if you took that money and then you filed for disability, you couldn't get disability until you paid all that money back. They didn't tell them that. A lot of
wow,
veterans didn't know that. It's still happening now. They're still going back and catching people who got that early payout.
right.
And when they got that early payout, they're not supposed to get VA disability until that payout is paid back. So they're going to take 100% of their compensation until that money is paid back.
Man, that's terrible. That sounds like something the IRS would do. You know, the
I
IRS don't
was
play.
just saying
They'll
that.
go and get your checking account, your bank, everything. You think you will get a paycheck, you get dot zero. Wow, that's terrible,
Right.
man. That's bad news for a lot of people. But the good thing about it, they can file an appeal. But again, according to you, that may not be so successful as far as filing an
Mm-mm.
appeal. How long does that
No.
take anyway?
Appeals right now take anywhere from 3 to 6 months,
Okay.
depending. Now, again, they're cutting back on a lot of employees, so it may
Yeah,
take who knows how long now
tell me about it.
to
That's
get
why
anything
at
done.
least these permanent visas being held back. You know, we were supposed to have been out of here by the end of last year. Now everything's tied up. So
Yeah.
since Trump got in office, everything's tied up. So they don't tell how
Yeah.
long we'll be here.
That's the thing. Like people need to realize when you cut people out, you extending time. You
Yeah,
extended the amount of time that it's going to take to get anything
exactly.
done because you went from having 5 people doing that one thing to now one.
Right,
So
right,
one's got to replace five. It's like,
right.
okay, okay. And you already
I'm
know
all
how that's
about
going to go.
yeah, it's going to be terrible. I'm all about getting people getting rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse. I'm all about that. Okay, but
Hmm.
you got to be there's got to be some humane to managing in that. You do that in a humane way because people just you find people that's waste, fraud, you give them a chance to straighten it up because they've been a valuable
Hmm.
employee for many years. If it's waste, fraud, and
Hmm.
abuse, give them a chance to straighten it up. Just don't kick everybody out. You know, that's the way people in business do it. But this is business and government are two different sectors, two different ways to handle things. And Trump and his administration is treating everybody like it's a business. You know, every time Trump got a business, he would gut the business. And that's what he's trying to do to the United States government: gut the business, gut the federal employees. And it's a dang on shame. I really hate
It's a
this
lot of
going on.
veterans.
Yeah,
There's a lot of veterans though that are losing their jobs. You know, the veterans make up a third of the whole U.S. government. They are a third of the
yeah.
government,
It's
but
too many
most of
federal
them,
workers.
but a lot of them are losing their jobs.
Yeah, so that's par for the course for Trump. He never liked veterans anyway. You know, he talked bad about
Hey,
veterans.
hey,
he talked bad. He talked bad about veterans all every chance he gets. So firing him is just par for the course for him. Man, that's terrible,
okay,
man.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that's what the deal is with Social Security, Bobby D. So,
Okay.
people, I'm advising people save your money, save what you can because you don't know. Have at least 3, maybe 6 months in advance. Have you enough that if you got to go back to the states, you can pack up for an emergency
Right.
situation and go back to the states. But
What's up, Sir Markell?
I mean,
That's Lisa D. She can't see you. Come up here. Come over here.
Hello.
She. I got the blue screen on. That's Lisa D. She trying to say
oh, okay. Hey,
hi.
how you doing?
He said, "How you
Hopefully you're
doing?"
doing
She
well.
can't hear me. He said he hope he's doing well.
I'm doing good.
All right. Bye bye. Talk to you later. He can't see. All right.
Okay, bye.
She said bye. Yeah, man. We got about
Yeah.
6 months saved up and everything. We ready to go. We good for a while, but that's oh my God, that's going to be a nightmare. Most people out here are only Social Security. I got more than just Social Security, thank goodness. But most people, I got retirement and stock insurance. But most people out here only got Social Security. Veterans out here, and it's going to be even not even the veterans, just the regular citizens got just
Right.
Social Security, and that's going to be a nightmare.
Only. Only, Bobby. Can you imagine? You get a letter in the mail, you expecting to get paid, and you got nothing. Oh, that reminds me. You remember that form you told me about? And if you didn't fill that form out, they cut you
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
They
yeah.
did it to me this year.
What?
I
In
okay,
2025 or 2024?
the beginning of 2025 in
Okay.
January, they cut me off. Okay, I had
What?
a foreign address. Yeah, because they were sending it to my foreign address. I never got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I switched it to my cousin's address in Arizona now, so I shouldn't
Right.
even get that form anymore.
Right.
But
Right.
I didn't get paid for 3 months. I didn't get a Social
Wow.
Security check for 3 months because of that
Wow.
form. They don't play when it comes to that form. If you don't fill that form out and turn it back in, they're going to cut
Yeah.
you off
I
with
know. I
no
know.
warning. Other
I,
than because you're supposed to get that letter, but I never got it here.
right. Right.
So I contacted them, Bobby D. I sent it by fax. I sent it by email. It took
Right.
3 months. It took 3 months, and I had to go back to the office in my where I got it from originally in Scottsdale, Arizona,
You have to
and
go back
talk
to
to
the
them
states. Wow.
to get them to turn it back on because calling that national line, I was on the line for over 3 hours. Finally got somebody, and they couldn't do a thing but tell me I needed to go to the state. And
Wow.
once I got a
That's
state employee, I talked to someone on the phone. They gave me their email. I sent them the form. They turned it right back on just like that.
that's a dang on shame. Yeah. They said that to me last year, and I always fax my. I mean, I sent mine FedEx immediately back to them immediately. And FedEx says normally it's overnight in the states, but there it takes a week to get there. So, and then when I get my form, it's always 3 months late. I don't know, but they for some reason they took it. And I put in a letter. Wrote a big letter in there. I'm living in the Philippines. I always get it late. Please don't cut my check off. I put all that in there, and they kept me on. So I was like, "Thank you, Lord, man," because that's a big cut. That's a big cut. That's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
big cut.
I'm okay because I have other income streams coming
Right,
in. Besides
right,
that, and it was like just kind of a minor inconvenience for me.
yeah,
But at the same time, though, Bobby, I was sitting there thinking, man, if this was my only income stream, I am
yeah.
screwed.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It'll be tough for us, but we'll be all right. We got a good savings going on. Plus we got our house rented out here. And that's income coming in too. We're in the
Okay.
country now. So we doing all right. But I hate Lord. You think of that one want to slap somebody, man. Cut my check off. Ooh Lord. And and one of the things we need to be aware of that they're the Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, running by Musk. They're looking at Social Security, Medicaid, and veterans right now.
Ooh,
All of that stuff. So there's no telling what's going to happen now. But we got to stay vigilant. We got to stay on top of it, man.
yeah,
It's a lot of people affected by this, and I'm just so worried about what's going on. I'm not even in the United States. You're not either, but it's
no,
affecting us wherever we are. We're part of the states, and we're recipients of the government, some of the government funds that we supposed to get, and they're talking about shutting people off. Oh man, I hate. We talked. I had last year another day talking about, you know, Trump and all the stuff he's doing. It's a dang on shame, man. The economy now. Have you seen what the economy's like? Downhill. The stock market crashed, crypto crashed, everything's down because we got an idiot in office. People complained about Biden, right? They complained about Biden, but they didn't know what they were getting when they get Trump. They knew, but they didn't figure he was going to do all the crazy stuff he was talking about. But now he's doing everything.
it is what it is, Bobby D. People voted for it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Because on
yeah,
social media, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, they got a FAFO, F around and
that's right.
find out. And they post and,
Fast
and they
forward.
post people who voted and they like, well, I didn't think I was gonna get this. I didn't think I was gonna get fired. I'm
Right,
not
right.
FAFO. They got
Yeah,
it all over.
put
So
the okey doke on them again. Second time. That's a doggone shame. When they gonna learn? That's what I want to know. When are they gonna learn? They ain't gonna never
they
learn
learning
that.
now. He
Yeah,
got nothing to lose. He has
yeah,
nothing to lose because he's not running again, so he can care less.
that's right. And he got all the money in the world. He's a billionaire. He could care less. Uh, but now I'm hearing that he's sort of elder. He's sick, and just going. That's why he's got Musk doing all this work for him. He's sick and he can't think a lot. He can't stand a lot. And he was in a meeting the other day and he went to sleep. Musk was doing all the talking. They had a picture of him in the corner like this. And Musk was standing up talking. So Musk is
Wow,
the shadow president.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's a sad situation, man. All our
Yeah.
enemies are turning against us. All our allies, rather,
Um,
are now becoming enemies.
Allies. I watched Bobby D. Some Canadian official. They were saying we're
Right.
not taking the tariffs off. We're not doing this and that. And if they keep messing with it, we're gonna turn the power off in the U.S.
Oh
Turn the
yeah, I heard
power
about
off. Turn the gas and the oil off. Man,
it.
it's
Be a
like
nightmare, man.
I
People will really there'll be a riots in the street, on the White House, everything. Those it's about 4 or 5 states up in the north that rely on
oh,
Canadian
it's more than that.
oil and gas. More than that, okay.
It's more
Yeah,
than that. It's
okay.
more than that, Bobby D. It's a lot of
Yeah,
them. Probably about half the
I didn't
country.
know. I thought it was 4 or 5, but yeah, that's a shame, man. If they turn that off, it's gonna be a problem. They're already talking about charging fees for people to go Canada to get to Alaska. It used to be free.
You see
Now
what
they charge.
Mexico's doing?
Mexico.
You see what Mexico's
Oh
charging.
yeah, yeah. I heard about that. They're charging $30 or something like that to get through there. It used to be
You
free.
got to fill out that form, pay $30. Okay, y'all want to do this? Okay, we can do this.
Man, times are changing. Times are changing. But you know what? People like you and me, the expats out here in countries we can live on a dollar, which is better. We're doing okay. That's probably the best place to be right now. Is out of the United States and living off of U.S. dollars for right now. That might change in the future. We don't know. Everything's
No,
up in the
no.
air. Everything's up in the
You,
air.
you treating your allies like your enemies, and it's like, come on, man. We
I can't understand that Canada's been our ally for million forever, and Mexico too. You know, Canada, England, Great Britain, Germany.
yeah,
They,
Europe. They
yeah,
piss people off in Europe. They not buying American products no more. So it's like
right.
they got a boycott going. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to this.
I don't either. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. And they abandoned Ukraine, cut off all the intelligence reports, everything like that. They cut off all the arms, sending them armory and weapons. They cut all of that off. France is trying to pick up the slack, but we don't. I don't know how that's going to work out. But we'll see. All right, Mark. What else you got, man? That's it.
I know we moved to that I gave you, Bobby D.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure this thing out. Okay, got to go to the link private. Let's see. Okay, I got the second one. Markell TV's podcast. Government health.
Government health.
Hold on.
It should be
See, veterans health.
FMP.
Yeah, federal foreign. Can you see it now?
Uh, no, I can't see anything.
Uh, it says Veteran Health Administration, Foreign Medical Program, FMP alerts. Let's
Right,
see.
right,
It says
right.
View tab. I'm on. You see me now, right?
I can see you. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to get this up here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, got that. Share this tab. Okay. Now you should be able to see it.
Let's see.
Let me go
No.
back. Let me go back.
Uh,
Share this
I
tab.
mean, you can probably. Yeah, I can't see anything.
Okay. All right. Let me just. It's got the Foreign Veterans Medical Program, FMP alerts. It says the Department of Veteran Affairs is committed to ensuring every veteran Panama has access to the health care they need whenever they need it. In light of recent developments, we wanted to address the concerns regarding a group of medical providers in Panama who have been suspended. Oh, okay, this is what you talk about.
Yes, sir.
Have been
Okay,
suspended.
so
Go
you don't
ahead.
have to read the whole thing, Bobby D. So in a nutshell, what has happened is this: the federal government, well, the Department of Veterans Affairs that runs the foreign medical program. And I talked to you about this probably a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Right.
And I was telling you that I'm not telling people not to go to these third parties. Let's get that
Right.
straight out the rip.
Right.
I never said do not go.
Right.
What I said was you need to verify where you're going because
Okay.
of situations like this. They
Right.
have a list of doctors, pharmacy, uh, different specialty programs that have been committing fraud, long-standing fraud for many
Okay.
years. They
Uh-huh.
have a whole list on that page, Bobby D. If you scroll down on that page, you will see a list of providers that have been suspended because of fraud through the years. They have
Yeah.
fraudulently defrauded the government for over $67 million
Wow.
as
There's
of today.
36. Yeah. 36
So
of
there's
them.
a
What is
whole list of them.
it? Yeah. Wow.
Now
That's
they
terrible.
have been having meetings these last couple of weeks talking about the foreign medical program and all of the different fraud that is happening because it's easy to commit fraud. It is a system that is supposed to be self-policed by veterans. Now,
Right.
let's be honest. Most veterans, they ain't paying attention to nothing to what they're going to the country for. And we already know what a lot of them are going to the country for. We
Oh,
ain't got to
really?
go into that. So they're not paying attention to if it's a real doctor. They're
Right.
not paying attention to see if it's a real pharmacist. They're not paying attention to any of that.
Right.
They just sign, okay, get my medication, whatever it may be, and let me go on my way. That's all they're doing.
That's it. That's all they
So
give. Yeah.
my advice to anyone who's in a country, because the Philippines is the only country where there's a VA from the US government.
Right.
Let's get that straight first.
Yep. Yep.
There is no other country outside of the US territories,
Right.
except for Manila, Philippines, that has a US Department of Veterans Affairs.
Okay.
There's no other VA in any other location,
Okay.
period.
That's good to know. Okay.
If you are going to use one of these third parties, call FMP and make sure that they are legitimately able to build the foreign medical program.
Okay.
Because if they are not, you just created yourself a bill by going to whoever this is that they're not going to pay anymore.
Okay.
They have a list of these services, and there's going to be a bunch of them. I'm going to send you a link to a bunch of them in the Dominican Republic
Okay.
that they're cutting off
Wow.
because from 2018 to 2024, and I sent you another link for the government office, for the government accountability office.
Okay.
They showed that claims have tripled from 2018 to 2024. They have popped up so many in the Dominican Republic is like candy, Bobby. Think of Bank of America. There's a Bank of America on every corner. There's
Wow.
one of these third party services in the DR damn near on every corner.
Wow.
On every corner.
Mm.
So if you're going to go and participate in these services, which I'm not telling you not to,
Right.
you better call FMP and make sure they can bill the foreign medical program. Because if they can't, it is now your bill to pay.
And so you have to pay the full amount back, whatever they
Correct.
charge. You got to pay that, not the government. So are there any upfront costs when you participate in these programs, that like a copay or anything like that you have to pay?
No, okay. When you're going through these third parties, the whole point of the third party is they're the middleman.
Okay.
They're going to provide the service,
Right.
they're going to write up a bill, and then they're going to send the bill to the US government.
Okay.
You have no involvement in any of that. Okay. That's between them and the US government. Unless the US government is not paying them, then it
Right.
comes back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the way I do it here, Bobby D, is I have my own health insurance here locally. I don't even use the foreign medical program. I use my local health insurance to go see my doctor, to get my medications, to do all of that,
Right.
right? To make it simple for myself.
Right.
But when you're using the foreign medical program, there is always a chance wherever you're being seen at, they cut off for
Okay.
whatever reason. And then whatever that bill is, you're responsible for it.
Okay. So now, when you go through your own local medical, do they reimburse you for that?
They could if I sent them the bill, but I don't
Right.
even send them the bill.
Okay.
I don't, because it takes forever.
Too much. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way FMP is supposed to work, Bobby D, is you go see a doctor,
Right.
okay,
Uh,
for whatever is service connected. It's supposed to be service connected disability only.
right.
If you don't have a service connected disability for whatever you're being seen for, they're not going to pay for it. And that
Wow.
was part of the problem with the people in Panama. They were charging veterans saying that, oh, okay, you service connected for your left arm, but we're gonna work on your right knee and say it's your left arm that we worked on and send the bill
Oh,
to the
that's fraud.
government.
That's fraud. Yeah, that's fraud. That's terrible.
I'm just telling
Now that's the kind of people that the
you.
Doge need to get. The Doge need to get them kind of people, But they're getting
but
everybody.
let's keep it a buck. The veteran ain't gonna say nothing because they getting the work done on their leg for
Yeah,
free.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they're not gonna say nothing. So
No,
some of the veterans got caught up in that as well and lost
yeah,
their benefits.
right. Oh
Because
wow.
that, like you said, that's all fraud. You can't do that.
Right,
You
right,
can't do
right.
that. That's why I tell people you better get some local health insurance.
Yeah, you
Because
got
if
that.
something happens to you that's not service connected, at least you covered with the local health insurance.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I
So
got local health insurance out here, so I'm all right. But I got my belt. I got my veterans insurance thanks to you, Markell, who helped me
yeah, yeah.
last
So
year. It's a
hey,
blessing.
you can go right there to the. Well, you probably I don't know if you can go to the one in Manila because you're not service connected. I don't
Um,
know if you can use that one,
I don't know. I'm not service connected, so but I think they have a
but I
general
know you can use the one in Guam,
Guam.
and I know you can go to the one in Hawaii, and I know you can go to the one. What's it called, Bobby D? The U.S. territory close to the Philippines. Um,
Close to the Philippines.
God
I'm the
dang
only
it!
one I know about.
No, there's a island. Is it Northern Marinian Islands? Northern
Yeah,
Marinian?
something like that. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not that far from the Philippines.
right, right,
It's Northern Marinian Islands, I think is what it's called.
right. Yeah, it's one of those islands out there. But yeah, if I need some veterans, whatever, I'm gonna have to go to the state. Probably have to go to the state. I'll call Manila first and see what they can tell me, and then they'll probably tell me I got to go to the states. If I can save some money going to Manila, I just go to Manila. It's only an hour and a half plane flight away, so that would be great. But thank goodness I have never had to need it so far.
Yep. Hey, knock on wood for that.
I'm telling you, man. you know. But it's always good to have it just in case, because all I have to do is pay a small copay, and I'm good to go. Small copay. You don't have to pay anything. You 100%.
Right. In the States, I don't have to pay
Oh,
anything.
really? Okay.
Now, if if I didn't have local health insurance and I had to go to the hospital and it was something that was service connected,
Uh,
I still got to come out of pocket
oh,
and wait at least 6 months to be
6 months.
reimbursed.
What the
Right.
heck? 6 months? That's
Yeah.
no.
That's why Bobby D. That's why I tell people I try to get people to think before they just go abroad because they say it's so much cheaper. It's like think if you have a heart attack, you're not service connected for that heart attack. Say you
Right.
have a heart attack in the Philippines. How much is that going to cost you for the service in the Philippines if you have a heart attack?
Thousands, man. It's gonna
Okay,
cost a lot of money,
you ain't got thousands. How you going to pay for it?
and you ain't gonna pay for it. If you out here, they're not even gonna take you. If you don't have insurance, or if you don't have a credit card, you can forget about it. They'll say, "Sir, we can't help you, sir." They won't even let you come in, even though you're about to die. They won't let you come in. That's how bad it is out here.
Bobby D, that's the part I try to get people to see other than okay, rent's only 400. Food is only this. This is only what about your health?
That's
Your
right.
overall health.
Yeah,
What about your health? Do
that's
you
right.
even think beyond women to think to yourself, if I get sick out here, who gonna pay for that?
That's right. That's right. Who's going to pay for it? Nobody. If you get sick out here, you be crying, call them back home, ask them who to send you money, because you ain't got it. And half of the time, people won't take you out here unless you have a credit card. They'll take their credit card and max it out. That's about it. You don't have no insurance out here. Forget about it. They won't even take you to the doctor. They want the hospital to tell you, "Sir, sorry, we can't take you. You about to die now on a stretcher," and they'll let you tell me you can't come in here. That's how they do out here. Do they do that out there?
Bobby D, here it's not like the States. There's no helicopter coming to pick you up to airlift you nowhere.
Right. Yep.
Ambulance service here, Bobby D, depends on the type of insurance you got. You got a gold plan, they're gonna go get you first.
Right.
Even though you might be right next door. Nope, they're gonna go across town to whoever got that gold plan and then take
Pick
them.
you up. Yeah.
And then if they got time left over, they're gonna get you and take you. Because most of the time with emergency situations with a lot of locals, They got to drive them to the emergency room. Ambulance is not going to come get them. They're not.
That's the same thing happens here. If you get sick, a local or foreign national, it may take, and you call an ambulance, it may take 6 to 8 hours for them to come get you. By that time, you're dead. You know, and so you have to find somebody that's got a car, get you to the hospital.
And moving out into the woods or moving up in the hills because it's cheaper. Okay, you know they got to go up in there to get you.
Right.
So
That's all, man. Down, man. I'm out in the boonies, but we got a car, so we good. We got a car, and they can get me down to the hospital if something happen. Lisa D know
Bobby,
how to
I'm
drive, and my brother-in-law know how to drive.
I'm
But yeah,
5 minutes from a hospital.
so you in good shape.
I'm a 5 minute walk. I'm a 2 minute taxi ride right there.
You in good shape. I'm about uh, 35 minutes, 40 minutes away from a hospital. That's a good drive. When you're sick, that's a good drive. That's a long drive if you're sick. But if you're all right, that's a short drive. But yeah, I understand, man. You got to be prepared for everything. If you don't have a plan and a backup plan when you come overseas, you are asking for trouble. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all better think about that. You guys, it makes people that are here make the expat life look like it's the glamorous life, but it's not. It's not. It is not. You have to think about everything. And I live good out here. I'll be honest with you. I live good out here off American dollars. Okay. But that doesn't mean you might live good, ladies and gentlemen. You might live worse than me if you don't plan properly. I planned. I planned. Markell planned. That's why we living well. We planned. We planned for everything that could come out, and we have a backup plan for if things happen when the first plan don't work. And that's what you should have, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. All right, Markell. What else you got? That's it.
The
One more.
last thing, Bobby D, is I finally got my residency here.
Okay.
It took
Great.
5.5 long years. But
Congrats. Congrats.
I did it the long way. I did it the long way. I didn't take any shortcuts. I didn't buy property. I did get married. I did the first 3 years as a migrant visa. The second 2.5 as a migrant visa.
Okay.
Applied for my residency.
Okay.
Got it out of the way. So I got residency for the next 5 years, and then the next step after that, Bobby D, is citizenship. So trying to get me a Colombian passport here in the next 4 years and 8 months.
Wow. So you can apply for dual citizenship there.
As
Wow.
an American citizen, you can apply for dual citizenship pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
I can do it in the Philippines.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought I,
Yeah.
I thought that here, if you apply for citizenship here, you would have to give up your American citizenship.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. No.
Okay. So
That's where I'm going next, though, Bobby D. Is once I get done here and I get my Colombian passport, I'm headed that way to try to get another citizenship in one of those countries. Whichever one is the shortest one I can get
right.
citizenship in, I want to get it there because the benefits of having citizenship here, it opens up all these other countries where I don't even need a passport to go.
Okay.
Just being a citizen of this country allows me to go, even without
Okay.
a passport.
All right.
I can fly there, show them my local ID card, and go right on in.
Wow. So here it took me about a year and a half to get my permanent visa, but I had to marry Lisa D. We got married and everything. It took me a year, so it's much shorter here than there. But I did the marriage part, and the veterans, not the veterans, the retirement visa here is quicker than what I did. You can get it. All you have to do is put down, like, if you're a veteran, $1,500. That's it. If you're not a veteran, it's $10,000. Get it to get a
Damn,
yeah, to get a
that's a
visa
hell of a difference.
retirement. That's right. They give your veterans a break, big break. But if you're not a veteran, it's $10,000 you got to put down. But so it's a big difference between there and Colombia. I don't know, man. I think I like the
well,
Philippines. Go ahead.
well, here, Bobby D. Okay, if you're a veteran, because the rules have changed. All right, here, if you're a veteran, they're gonna make you do a health test. You got to get signed off by a doctor that you're healthy enough to be here. You
Okay.
got to have a mental health test that you are mentally stable enough to be here because they've had so many issues with veterans with PTSD.
Right.
If you got a rating higher than 40% for PTSD, it's a if
Right.
because you may spend all that money and still get a no answer. It's not a
Okay.
guarantee. The thing about Colombia is you can come and stay 6 months in a calendar year.
Right.
Okay, so you damn near here for the whole year, 6 months,
Right.
and then go somewhere else and come back. That's probably the best for a lot of people that they don't have to because they do a background check now.
Right.
They check your credit. They check it all. They
Before you
check it all.
before you come there.
No, when you're going through the process,
Oh, okay. Okay.
they do it all. Criminal background, credit check, everything. They do it all.
Wow. Man, they sort of strict. They very strict. So,
They changed that. When did they change that? In 2022, they changed it. It used to be very simple, Bobby. Hell, you didn't have to do nothing. All you needed to do was show you had $800, and you can get a migrant visa like that within a
wow.
couple of weeks.
Wow.
You could get residency if you bought property at a certain amount. You had instant residency. They did away with all that.
Wow. Because people taking advantage of the situation. That's what it is. What do you know about Colombia being in BRICS?
We're not in BRICS.
Not in
There
BRICS.
is. Let me see. The
They,
countries are Russia, China, Brazil,
oh,
South
it's Brazil. That's
Africa.
what I'm talking about. South
It's South
Africa,
Africa, uh,
India.
India. They in and out. I don't know what India is doing.
Yeah, they
And Iran. Iran is another
Iran.
one that's in.
Yeah, Trump scared India and they got out. uh, okay, so let's see. What about the people that Trump sent back that deported, and your country said they weren't going to take them? You remember that?
Right, right. It's the way that they sent them back in handcuffs
Yeah,
and like they were in the U.S. They technically were criminals because they were in the country illegally.
right,
So that's the U.S. policy. What I didn't like about it, Bobby D, was handcuffing children.
right.
What What did the kids do? The kids they there
They
with their parents.
handcuffed
They
the
don't know.
kids. What?
Yeah,
That's a
you didn't see
daggone
that, Bobby D. They had the kids in
shame.
line handcuffed and shackled.
Oh man, that's a shame. Trump should be ashamed of himself, man. I didn't hear about that one. Wow,
Yeah,
so
if you
that's
go
what they.
online and you look at kids in handcuffs, migrant kids, and they're in handcuffs.
So that's what the whole problem was. He said refuse something like that. I agree with that. They shouldn't have something like that. That's a shame, man. Man.
Hey, but the one I'm tripping on, Bobby D, is supposedly they're trying to get where they're sending U.S. prisoners to all these different countries like El
I heard about
Salvador,
that. I heard about that.
and I'm like, wow, they pulled that off. Woo! Holy crap!
That's a nightmare. And they will have you just have to pay for them too. You have to
Yeah,
pay those
it's
countries.
much cheaper though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
much cheaper to pay for them in El Salvador than it is to pay for them in the U.S. It
yeah.
is.
What's that country that make they strip down they drawers and stuff and have their hand on their head? What country is that?
Well, there's a lot of them like that. That's here. That's Mexico.
They do it
That's
there,
a lot of them like that.
okay. Every time they come, they go to dinner or whatever. They gotta run like that and run to put their head down
Yeah,
and they
still
be
being
hitting them with
nothing
the
but the
sticks.
underwear. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. They be hitting them with the sticks.
yeah. It's you don't want to be in the prison system in these countries.
No,
No.
you not here either. This bad out here, man. The jail cells here is overcrowded and people are sleeping on top of each other like some sardines. Yeah, and they have to get their relatives to bring them food because they're shorter for food in the prisons. Yeah, so it's terrible out here, man. Really
Yeah,
is.
from what I'm hearing, Bobby D, here is similar. Like if you don't have money,
Right.
because if you go to jail and you on government money, they gonna cut that money off. Your
Well,
VA's cut off, your Social Security's cut off. You ain't get none of that.
yeah,
So
that's right.
whatever you got coming, it's got to come from somebody else. Because the government after 30 days, they
It's
cutting you
gone.
off.
Family and friends, you got to beg them. That's what it is.
Let me ask you a couple questions, Bobby D. What is
Okay.
going on in the Philippines? I've seen a few people have been I don't know the correct way to say this politically correct, but they've been eliminated. They are no longer with us uh, 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 in the Philippines in different areas like
Mindanao.
who was Mindanao. Yeah, what is going? Is that like a one off? It's not like here where you expect it every week, every other week.
No, it's not like there. It's not a one-off either. It happens. That's an area that's very, very volatile for foreign people. I've never been there, and I'll never go there.
Why are they
Some
going?
they have girlfriends there.
Oh
Ladies, they
man,
women.
please.
Both people. Okay, the first guy that got killed was a vlogger. He got killed. He went. He was living with his wife. He married the lady and they had a little baby. Lived there 6 months. I forgot what state he's from. 20 something years old, and they came. He was in Mindanao. They had already said rumors that we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill you. And he did a video on it. Well, they come and get me. I'm gonna fight. They came and got him. He fought. They shot him in the leg, and then he still was alive. And then when they took him in a boat. They were going to get ransom for him. He died on the way to the place they were going to take him. They pushed him over in the water. He gone. Nobody can find his body. 26-year-old, and he tried to fight him. They killed him. Yeah. So, and then the other one, this guy was homo. He was homo. What do you got? He was gay. Put it like that. He was a gay man. He had a boyfriend here. He came with the boyfriend. Came to see his boyfriend in Mindanao. He goes to a ATM at night with his boyfriend. Dark, no small ATM at night, and nobody was out there but him and his boyfriend. Next thing you know, two people on a motorcycle came up, give me money. He fought them for $800. He fought
Oh, you
them.
can have that. Take that.
Yeah,
Take that.
this fool fought them, and they shot him dead right on the scene. Shot him dead. So it it's not like it happens every day here, like in Colombia. It happens every so often here, but they cover it up where you can't. I do every time I find out something like that, I have to do a video on it so people can know it's dangerous here too. They try to cover it up so they can protect the tourist business.
Right.
But I put it out. But it's not like it happens all the time. But that's a known area that you should not go to. Even the governments and the State Department, it's got to look out. Do not go on that area, the Mindanao area. So that's what's happening out here. Two people got killed in the same area, and people still keep going out there. I don't know why they're so stupid to keep going to that area. I've never been out there, and I never go. There's only one place in Mindanao that I would go, and that's where Dr. Mike at on YouTube. Dr. Mike, black guy. He live in
Sounds familiar, Dr. Mike.
yeah, call him Dr. Mike. He used to live in Davao, Mindanao. That Davao is a big city. That's the place if you're going out there, stay there. It might be all right. But Dr. Mike's I think he's in the States now. Back got married to a Filipino. They moved back to the States. But that's about the only safe place in Mindanao is Davao City. Okay. But other than that, man, it is bad. And I'm gonna do a video pretty soon. They had a bunch of expats and a lot of black expats was marching. Had a political rally out here. I was like, what the heck? Can't do that, man. Cannot do a political
Rally
rally.
for what?
I don't know what it was. I just saw the little piece snippet of the article, and I saw the picture. They would run with like this. Look, had their hand up in the air. I think they felt like they were being taken advantage of. I don't know. I got to get the details of it. I'm gonna do a video on it eventually.
Okay, Bobby D, do they realize where they are?
I
Do they
don't
not realize
They
where they
think they're
are?
in the U.S. Yeah, they think they're in the U.S. You can't do that out here. I said, what? They doing a rally? And I think some of them got arrested already. But they're looking into arresting them. That's against the law. They have a law. No foreigner can participate in any political rally out here. None at all.
Bobby D, it amazes me the things people who come from the States think they can do in a foreign country as a tourist.
Yeah,
You're a tourist. You're
it's
a
crazy.
visitor.
It's
You
crazy.
have you don't have no participation rights in nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
Exactly.
And you out there protesting? Come on, man. Really?
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw. That's the first time I've been out here. This is my 11th year out here, and that's the first time I've ever seen foreign nationals, Americans. It was Americans, some British people. There was one white guy in there too. Most of them black. There's a lot of blacks out here now, man. When I first started coming out here, you couldn't see a black person. You could very seldom see one, but now there's a ton of us out here. Ton of us.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Bobby D. I stay in places I price them out because they act such a fool when they come here, dude.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Where I am, I'll send you a video probably later today. You won't see a tourist nowhere in this area because it's come unaffordable.
That's
Social
good.
media has made this area so unaffordable. You'd be lucky to see two in the
We,
malls, in the street, anywhere. You'd be lucky.
yeah. Well, where I'm at now, I'm the only black out here. I'm in the boonies. I'm in the country now. I'm the only black out here. I'm the only black ever lived out here. So it's just me and the locals. But they treat me good out here so far. I haven't had any problems out here. And but in the city, you see a bunch of blacks, bunch of them, ton of them, and they give
But I mean, I'm in the
everybody.
heart. I'm in the heart of the city. I'm in
Okay,
what's called the Golden Mile. I'm
okay,
surrounded by three malls,
wow,
banks. I'm in the financial district.
okay.
You're not gonna see them. Not over
You
here. Not gonna
you're
see
in
them.
that BGC area then, like
Yeah,
BGC.
I'm in the yeah, I'm in the BGC area of Manila. I
Yeah.
sent the someone had asked me about rent, and I sent them a photo of what a two bedroom here is going for. I don't know if I can still got that
Two
photo,
bed.
but a two bedroom
Uh huh.
here,
All right.
2100.
2,100 for 2 bedroom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's too much, man. You can buy a house. You can rent a
Hey,
house. You know.
it's just
That's
going up and up. That's why when people say, "Oh, it's so much cheaper living here," I'm like, "Well, where you living?" Because over here, no, we about to be close to prices in Miami. There are penthouses here, 7,000, 8,000 a month, 10,000 a month. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They probably living in the squatter area where it's, you just find some place and lay down, lay your head down, get you some cardboard, put it on there, and go to sleep. That's what they think. That's what a lot of them are doing. A lot of people are doing that. Coming here and they think they got a lot of money, but when they get here, they realize they ain't got enough. So they do whatever they
No,
can to make it. Too ashamed to ask for money to go back home. Crazy stuff they do out here, man.
yeah, I never understood that, Bobby D. How you travel abroad with just enough to get there, and then you got nothing else extra.
Right,
You waiting
right,
on that check? Because when I was in the DR, quick thing, Bobby D. When I was in the DR, like people just got paid on the first.
right.
Today's the 11th. They broke. They already asking to borrow money to the end of the month.
That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Yeah, that
And
means you got money.
we ain't talking about people only getting like 1,200. We talking about people that was getting like 35, 3,600 a month,
Woo.
and in
And
11 days.
that quick? Lord. I mean, you know what that means. They already created it up already. They extended themselves, overextended themselves, already have to pay back as soon as they get the check. That's why they ain't got nothing. That's called bad management of your finances, man. You got to have some principles that you adhere by when you use your finance, especially overseas. Tell me about your financial. What's going on with the stock market? What you best invested in there?
Man, I had Nvidia. I was with Nvidia. I
Right.
got a tip from my boy Barry on Nvidia, and
Okay.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
some money
good.
in that, but I pulled out a lot. I kind of saw where it was going, but I'm a buy. I'm a buyer now. I'm looking to buy. I'm
Okay.
looking at some stocks to buy in. Like the other ones I have, like with Coca Cola, the long-standing ones I've had with
Yeah.
Coca Cola that pay dividends. I've had them forever. I'm
Right.
just gonna ride that out.
Coca-Cola's
Um,
good.
yeah, my stock with Apple, I'm still good there. I had some with Tesla, but I sold that. I got out of that because I saw what was coming with Elon and all
They
that.
going down.
So
They going down, man. Big time.
but
I
I
got some.
used to do day trading, Bobby D. I was doing day trading for a
Oh, really?
while.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing okay. Then I got out of it. And then I started thinking about doing crypto,
Right.
but it's too volatile for me.
Right now,
It's
yeah. I got a lot of crypto. I took most of the money out of stock and put it in crypto. And right now, crypto is going down big time, man. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just holding. I'm just holding. Hoping it'll come back up. But it might take a while, but it'll come back up usually. It does take a while, but it'll come back up.
yeah, because you got what? You got Bitcoin, you got Dogcoin, you got there's a bunch of them out
XRP,
there.
a ton of. I got some of everything, but most of my money is in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. That's what I'm investing most of my money. I got other stuff too, but I got to spread out. But those are my main ones. They're the ones that are always gonna come up. Bitcoin's number one out there. But it's right now it's down. It was when Trump got in office, everything went up.
Shot straight
Now,
up.
terrible, terrible.
Oh yeah,
It
the
was
market
great.
right now. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking at companies that possibly could take back off.
Right,
So I'm paying attention to the market now to see which ones are low, really low, that I can put a lot in and then
right.
just watch it shoot right back up.
That's what to do. That's what to do.
Yeah, that's how
500.
you make your money. But quick question for you: in the Philippines, let me ask you this:
Uh,
going to the ATMs at the Philippines, like you're a new person going to the Philippines,
right.
right?
Hmm.
You got ATM, you got debit cards, you got credit cards. You go to the ATM.
Hmm.
What do they charge? What's the maximum amount you can get out, and what do they charge you uh, to take that out?
The maximum amount to take out here is like $500. $500
Okay,
maximum on a per transaction.
transaction.
Yeah, and they charge you about 300 pesos, 300 to 500 pesos, depending on which bank you go to. And 300, 500 pesos, like $6, $7, something like that.
Okay.
So, what about out there?
The max I've seen that you can take out about the same. Depends on the exchange rate. Is
Right.
roughly $500 is the max you can
Okay.
take out,
Okay.
and then they charge you pretty much the same, anywhere from $7 to $8. No, $5 to $8 depending on the bank.
Right.
Okay, but you have to decline the currency rate, because if you don't decline the currency rate, they charge you a much lower rate than the actual exchange rate. So you're going to lose anywhere from 10 to 15 cent on every dollar if you don't decline it.
Okay.
So instead of you getting um, charged for $500, you may only get $450 out. And the
Right.
rest, that other 55 or whatever money, is in exchange fees.
Yeah.
They just
That's,
added into it. And you don't get that back.
yeah.
Like, people kill me here when they talk about Charles Schwab and they talk about Capital One. I got them both.
Yeah.
Okay. And when people say, well, I get all that back. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've been living
Uh,
here for years. No, you don't. You only get back what they charge you on the American side. You don't
that's
get
right.
back what they charge you on
Get
this side.
back
You
everything.
do not get that back.
No, I had Charles Squall. I let them go, but I got Capital One. If they give you part of it, but you don't get it, like you said, you don't get all of it back. You get only a portion of
No, you don't. You don't.
it. All right, let's see if we got anybody out here. I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I figured out Bobby D for me, Navy Federal and USAA. I don't get every dime of it back, but I get most of it back with them
Okay,
because they only charge me $1 on the American side to use the ATM,
okay,
and they will give me back $5 of sometime the $8 fee. So I do at least get that part back. But there's no zero that you win in here. No, you're not winning.
no, you don't win because that's how they make their money. Charge you international fees, and you can't
Oh,
blame
one
them.
last one.
Go ahead.
One last before we go, Bobby D. One
All right,
last.
all
Help
right.
me understand this, and maybe some of your viewers are doing this. Help me understand this. How do you travel abroad, especially when you're not going to move there full time? How are you traveling abroad with American money? Help me understand now,
That's crazy. I know. Why would you travel with American money and you in a foreign country? That don't make sense. You,
Bobby D. There are people who leave the richest country in the world, the United States of America, where you can go to your local bank and get any denomination you go into
any.
for free.
Yeah.
They're not even charging you.
Right.
These people, Bobby D, will travel to another country with American money. Now I got to go to an exchange house where they're going to charge me anywhere from 10 to 20 cents on the dollar to get their denomination.
Right. Right. That's
I,
crazy. Uh, my niece came
mm,
out here about 4 years ago, and she did the same thing you said. She said, "Why?" I told her not to press to get your money out there because it's gonna be cheaper than you come out here and try to exchange it. She said, "I don't trust them." I said, "What you mean you don't trust them people?" I said, "Get your money out there." And she came out there had to go to exchange rate every place she went. I got to go change some money. I said, "What? What?" I said, "You just wasting money." People, I don't understand. People got hang-ups about money, and they think people gonna try to get them. It's just ignorance. That's what it is. lack of knowledge, lack of understanding of the financial basics in life. It's crazy, man. And you run into people like that all the time. Usually it's older people, but this my niece was like she's like 40 years old. She ain't really old. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh wow. I said I'm older than you. I would never do that.
Man, Bobby, I be at the malls because at the mall, this is how bad it is. At the mall, if I go to Santa Fe Mall, right down the street, right here,
Right.
there's 5 exchange houses on one floor. 5.
I
You know they making money,
you make
hand over foot.
that's why they got five of them. Sure they making money.
I'm
Ignorant.
like,
Yeah.
I've never seen people. Why are you bringing? And I asked one. I said, man, why are you bringing cash? Well, how else am I supposed? It's your bank. It's your local bank.
People have the hang up about money and they think that they have to have their own money. They can't go to the other country without their money. It's just a hang up in how people think about money. It's a lot
See,
of
I travel with no cash, Bobby D. If I go to another, I ain't even having cash on me. I'm going to the ATM.
yeah. That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. I don't care where I go. We went to Korea, we went to Hong Kong, Japan. We get our carry our ATM card, zoop zoop, and get their money out. You see, and do whatever we want to. You know, I don't understand how people do that, man. They just bring cash with them. I don't care where they go. They're gonna bring American dollars, and then some of them, the doofus, they try to pay with American dollars, but they come out here. Do they take 500? Do they take this American money? I said, no, man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, they gonna take it. They gonna take it, and they don't have no change. They ain't got no change.
Yeah, yeah, they'll take it all right. But
Or they lose at the airport. You
yeah,
get the worst exchange
yeah,
rate
that's
ever
terrible.
at the airport.
That's terrible, man. I never do that at the airport. I don't do nothing at the airport, man. I very seldom buy that food at the airport. It's so high. You know what I'm saying? I bring me a snack.
So you
But
guys are getting ready to move back to the states?
we are, yeah, we have we're waiting for a visa for Lisa to get a permanent visa. She remember she brought it last year. She had a temporary visa, and temporary visa is only good. She has a temporary visa, but it's only like 6 months of she can stay. So we were trying to get her permanent, and we put that in 2023. Man, it's now 2025, and it's still going on. Yeah,
Damn.
that's how bad the immigration system is backed up. Biden came in when Trump was in office. He backed everything up. Biden came in and started flowing. Okay, flowing. Then now Trump's back in because we was moving pretty quickly. Now Trump's back in, everything's back down to zero again. So I got a call from them last week. They asked for more paperwork, sent that in. So I don't know, man. It maybe the end of this year, maybe next year. I don't know. I'm just hanging tight where we are. But if we do get the permanent visa, we'll go back and we'll probably stay maybe 6 months, 3 to 6 months, come back here, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if I want to. It depends on the circumstances in the states. You know, as we look at it from the outside, it looks like it's pretty gloomy right now. But you never know when you live in there. It may be better. I don't know. You're talking about a big
Right.
recession going to happen in the states. So, from my point of view, I would probably be better off here in a recession than there. 'Cause things would be higher. My dollars will go further for me here than it would there. You know that because your dollars go way further there than you were if you were in the states, right?
Not
Not
really.
necessarily.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Bobby. Not really. Like I'm in the tech,
Okay.
right? So whatever it is in the states is at least $300 to $400 on top of it here to get the same goddamn thing.
What? Are
Same
you
thing. I
serious?
just bought. I just bought another one of these little action cameras. Right.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was on sale at the base for $229.
Right.
It still cost me $120 to ship it here. Import
Oh, okay.
taxes.
I got you. Import fees. Ah, yeah,
So
yeah.
when y'all say it's cheaper, like rent, I pay a little more than 1,600 a month where I stay at right now.
Woo. That's
That's why
that's
I don't see it. Like whenever I hear that Bobby D, I'm being honest with you, I don't see it. I
yeah.
don't. Like I don't do street food. I
I
don't
don't
do
play that. I
uh
don't
um
play that street food stuff.
um
We cook our own.
like living in areas that are like not the best. No,
Right.
I ain't doing that. I didn't
You
move abroad for that.
you go to
But
top of
I
the line.
don't really. I don't really see that much of a difference to be honest. Because if I were to move to Miami, what's rent in Miami? 2,500, three
Yeah,
thousand. I ain't
yeah.
that far from it.
Right, right,
I'm
right,
really not.
right, right. But yeah, I don't know, man. We might be better off here than there, but it might be about the same, like you said. You never know. So if we get that visa, we'll probably be heading out there. But I think I'm probably gonna go to the probably gonna be to the states by the end of the year. Even if I have to leave DC there, DC here for a little while. I come back later, but I miss my people too much, man. You don't miss your people.
I see them on Facebook.
You say hi, y'all, bye, y'all. I see you later.
Hey, they get to asking for money, Bobby D. Hey, my signal getting bad. I can't hear you. I can't. I gotta hit you back.
Ah, well,
No, no. I mean, I do miss them, and they be like, "When you gonna come see us? When you coming home? This, that, and the third." And I'm like, I want to go, but my life here, Bobby D, is
it's good,
so different
right?
than it
You
is in
enjoy
the
it.
states.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I have to give up my driver, my maid, my care. I mean, I have
Wow.
to give up so much,
You
and
did the
I'm
top
like,
of the
well, I
line.
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Now,
I don't know
now,
about that.
that's where you're saving because if you were in the states and had drivers and
Oh
maids and
hell
cooks,
no.
that would cost you. Now, that's where you're saving. That's where you're saving
Yeah,
the
now that yes,
that
I'm
part.
saving there,
Yeah,
but pretty much everything else around me, though, Bobby,
about the
I don't
same.
really see it. I don't really see
Like
it.
out here, you can get a living maid for about $200 a month. $200 a month, living maid. Yeah,
Mm,
living seven
okay,
days a week.
so mine comes 3 times a week. She gets almost 400
Okay,
a
that's a little
month.
bit better. Yeah, but 3 times a week. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess it works out. Yours is
yeah.
better. That's she gets more than this one will get. But yeah, 7 days a week. She don't. I mean, they stay there. Here, they stay in your house.
Oh no, no, I want you staying with
24/7.
me anyway. Now you got to take your ass back home, baby. I want you. No, I want you in my house.
They be done stole everything you got. That's why we never had one. We never had one. They be stealing, man. Nah. These just nah. I don't want them stealing nothing from me. She do her own
No, see,
everything.
that's why I rather pay them well to where they can afford to live where they live and get
Right.
back and forth than
Right.
just give you the bare minimum and then you looking at stuff and here going, if I can
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
this, I can get. No,
Yeah.
no. If
'Cause he
you
don't
pay
pay
people
enough.
well,
Yeah.
if you pay them well, Bobby D, what reason they got to steal from
That's right.
you?
You're
And then
right.
I tell them, I'd rather you ask me than take something. If you got something you need, ask me. You need advance, ask me.
Right.
Don't steal from me. Just ask.
That's right.
Tell
So,
me.
how long have you had your employees there with you?
Ooh, let me see. The maid I've had for since COVID,
Wow. Okay. About 4 years. 3, 4 years.
almost 5 years.
5 years. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the driver, like I've gone back and forth with drivers. I had Jason for a while, then I had Danny for like 3 years. Then I'm back with Jason. So overall, with Jason, probably 6 years I've had a
Okay.
driver.
Okay. Wow. That's good.
Erica's the caregiver, so Erica's 7 years, almost 8 years.
Wow. You got
Um,
regulars. Yeah. They've been with
and
you a
then the
while.
part-time chef, she's been coming almost 4 years.
Okay. Yeah. I see why you out there in Colombia. You live like a king, man.
No, no, no.
You live in good. You live in large, man, and that's the way you should live. That's the way you
Bobby,
should
Lee, that
live.
was the whole point of going abroad. I did not come abroad to live
That's it.
in some of the worst areas of town with
Right.
rats and roaches and to hear all kinds of stuff.
Uh,
Like right now, what you hear?
peace,
You
quiet.
hear no street traffic, nobody talking, and they working outside.
Right.
I mean, if I turn this off, you can see some ropes in my window because
Right.
they're remodeling the outside of the building.
Right. Right. Got you, man. But you doing good, Markell. I have to come out to Columbia one day and see what's going on. Uh so you got rid of the troll, I see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to I'm filing a lawsuit for real,
Okay.
and I'm trying to decide whether or not because I have a lawyer, my same immigration lawyer. She's in the
Okay.
states right now. I'm
Okay.
trying to decide whether or not I want her to file it, or do I want to go later this year? Because I was waiting to get my ID card. I finally got that a couple weeks ago, and I was going to fly there I think I had planned it for April, in April, to
Right.
go there. And then while I was there, I was going to file it. But you know, I'm either going to do it. It's going to be this year because
Okay.
I got to go to the states this year, so that will be this year.
Okay.
But you know, the amount of people who reached out to Bobby D because of that situation and let me know that I wasn't the only one that this had happened to,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't know. I didn't know till his lady told me, told us, told Lisa D what was going on. He was doing it to me too. I didn't know. I know. I know. It's terrible, man. That man, and somebody like that need to be. They need to be reprimanded to the severest, to the highest limit. Yeah. So I'm glad you took care of that situation, man, because it was getting sickening, sickening.
But Bobby, that's why I don't talk to people from the states now. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. That and a couple things that have happened in the Dominican Republic. I'm just be honest, especially with African American men, they come with a lot of drama, baby mama drama, money not right,
Right.
all kinds of issues. I stay clear. I price them out. I stay clear. If you over here, cool, do what you do. But I'm
That's
not
what I,
talking to you. I'm not
that's what
talking to you.
I speak. How you doing? I don't get no exchange no numbers. How you doing? Keep on going. Where you from? Okay. Bye bye. That's what I do. I don't
I'm
want to
not
get no hang
sharing
up.
nothing.
I don't want to get no mess with these people, man. You don't know where they coming from. You don't know where their minds at. You know. So that's the best way to do it, man. With these expats out here. All right, Markel. It's been good. It's been
All right,
real.
Bobby D.
Nice talking to you again. Thank you for being
You
on the
too.
show. And we'll hook it up again another time. I'm not sure exactly when, but we'll get back together, man. Thank you so much for
Okay.
sharing a topic with us today about Social Security and the other areas that we talked about as well. Okay,
Okay,
Markel,
Bobby D.
take care.
Appreciate it, man.
You welcome.
I'll holler later.
All right, take
Peace.
care. All right, peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Markell Wingfield of Markell's TV the podcast. Check out his show. He primarily deals with veterans administration, veterans information. I call him the veteran specialist because he actually knows a lot of veterans information. And I'm trying to get my screen straight. Hold on. He actually knows a lot of veterans information, and he can help you if you're struggling. If you're struggling with any type of veteran benefits that you're trying to receive, any type of information from the VA, Markell Wingfield, Markell's TV, the podcast, is what you should, where you should go to. He'll give you some insight and give you some helpful information that could help you get your situation resolved. I'm trying to see. We got one person out here. Yes, man. What's up, man? You doing all right? He said, "Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Good evening out here. Good morning to you in the states. So good to see you. Wouldn't want to be you, but yeah, we're just closing it out. SML. Holler at you later. Uh, Alligator, take care. Everybody hit the like button for me. If you are just tuning in on the replay, hit the like button for us, please. We really would appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to Love Train Nation, Bobby D and Lisa D, One Nation Under Groove. Also, we ask you to subscribe to Markell's TV, the podcast, and like his shows as well. He has a couple of other channels. I think it's Markell's Tech Review or something like that. But check out his show, and when you check out his show, he will refer you to the other channels as well. But we try to collaborate every so often and help each other out. That's the way YouTube vloggers should do. Be friendly and peaceful toward one another, and the goal is to each one reach one, each one teach one, and help each other move up together and not fight each other and fake out and phony each other. We want to move up together and unite together. That's where you achieve your greatest success. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been real. It's been real. That's the Bobby D saying, take care, God bless, and peace. We will see you on the backside tomorrow. Okay, take care.